What's going on, everyone? It's time for another horror film review. Today, we're going to actually be diving into this is the first of like 6 films that I'm going to be reviewing. I'm going to review all the sequels that I haven't talked about to one of the bigger horror film genres or franchises, and that's out there, and that's the Chucky franchise. So I've only reviewed Child's Play, the original, and the reboot or remake or whatever you want to call it. I've only done those two. So we're gonna do all the sequels, starting with Child's Play 2. So Child's Play 2 was released November 9th, 1990 by Universal. It was written by Don Mancini, produced by David Kirshner, and directed by John Lafia, who actually produced the previous one, the first one. Yeah, he also did go on to do films like Firestorm, Last Stand at Yellowstone, 10.5 and 10.5 Apocalypse. He also did like The Rats and Chameleon 3 Dark Angel. This had a box office earnings of $35.8 million. It was a big smash hit. Number one at the box office when it first came out. And yeah, so Child's Play 2, well, you're with Andy again, and he's more displaced now. His mom's considered insane because she's taking his side and saying the doll is real and stuff, and no one can believe him. And but yeah, so the film actually opens up at the good guy doll factory where some killings happen and no one knows why, and then you cut to Andy and them. So obviously we know why. But yeah, they cut to Andy, and you're with him, and he's actually going into foster care and gets brought on by a young couple, and they have an older girl staying with them um, named Kyle, and she yeah, so they kind of have a little rough patch, but then they slowly start having a almost brother sister bond going on, and then Chucky slowly hunts down Andy and finds him. So obviously there's going to be a good killing spree and stuff, and it's up to Kyle and Andy to try to stop Chucky in any way possible. So, without spoiling it, they yeah, they do a good job. So, yeah. Overall, I really enjoyed this film. This is probably one of my favorite sequels in a horror franchise. It's definitely way up there with the original. It goes pretty well with like continuing on with the film, the first one, and making it even better. So one problem with the original is the lack of kills. There's like 4. This one you get like 6 to 8, I think, if I remember correctly. And yeah, overall, I thought it was a really good, well put together film. I really liked like the setting and stuff, and the emotion played by the actors and stuff are actually really good. Like Andy goes everywhere. So like the toy factory, there's two or three kills if you include the ending. And then there's yeah, this teacher gets murdered, foster parents get murdered, and then some other cops and stuff on the way. A lot of good stuff. And Chucky in this one is very more animated, and definitely you can tell the effects department knew what they were doing this time, and perfected their craft, and made some pretty really well articulated puppets and things like that. I know some of them are like what do you call it, death depth death perception. And yeah, so yeah, they'll have like someone dressed as Chucky and then film it way back and stuff like that, make it look smaller, up on a higher angle, and things like the special effects in this are really good. The gore effects are pretty good too. Some of them are goofy in that, but overall, it's the special effects, the writing, and the cinematography and everything are fantastic in this. Even the acting's pretty good, and yeah. There's some really weird things. I think it's because it was like just coming off the 80s that some things look weird. Like, why was the factory so colorful? And weird questions like that for this movie. But overall, it just works. And you definitely get a gorier and a more gruesome looking climax in this one. And overall, I thought it was as good as the first one. So I'm going to give Child's Play 2 a 5 out of 5. I really enjoyed this. There's like nothing wrong with it, in my opinion. And it's by far one of the best sequels to in these horror franchises, next to like Hellraiser 2 and stuff. So I really enjoyed this sequel. So yeah. But if this sounds like something you're interested in, you want to relive it, there's a trailer link down below. Or if I can find the whole film, I'll link it down below. But yeah. Um, but also link down below is my Instagram, so I always post clips of films I'm going to review in the future. All my stories, just add the film title and hashtag and subgenre of film and hashtag so you're aware of it. Also, down below is my Letterbox at Dairy P Reviews. That's where I post my first rating after watching the film. So follow me on one of those two platforms. Stay looped with this channel. Like this video, share it so more people aware of it. Comment your opinions of the film down below, and let me know what your favorite Child's Play movie is, or Chucky film down below as well. And also, if you have any films or film franchises in any genre that you want to hear my opinions on in the future, comment those down below too. I'll try to get them as soon as I can, and if I can find them. Make sure you subscribe. Hopefully, we find something weird, obscure, and odd that you probably never thought of checking out together. And also, so you hear my opinions on popular films that have come out, somewhat like this, classic films, and reviews on other things as well. And don't forget to ring that bell, because obviously we're going to go to boot camp and go check out Child's Play 3 in the next review. So make sure you tune in for that. Watch out for the killer dolls out there making a muck in the toy factories. And I guess I'll see you all in the next review. So hopefully as good as this one. So till the next one. Cheers.